There was a video that came out 5 months ago now called Drake versus Kendrick Lamar, the 100% full story explained. I watched this video when it came out, okay? This was 5 months ago now, November 2023. This was like a month after First Person Shooter came out, right? 47-minute video, right? But it goes through every single sneak diss, beef bar, every single thing between Drake and Kendrick for the last 10 years. And before watching this, I did not know they actually had like beef before this. It's crazy. It is so much more than you think. This has been something that's been building up for the past decade, right? So obviously we can get into what happened in October when he made First Person Shooter and what happened since then. But this has been going on literally since like 2011. Literally since like 2011, they've been going back and forth, kind of butting heads a little bit, right? So I want to start at this very beginning point and get a full backstory of what all led to this before I go right in to the disses back and forth and stuff like that, because it's going to be very interesting to look at this now. And now that we have context of what happened now with the perception of like how the beef happened and everything that went into this, we're going to watch this video and see how this beef actually came to be. Thank you to What's the Dirt for the video, guys. Let's get right into this. Oh my lord.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar hate each other. Well, at least one of them hates...
Always keep in mind during this, I know I already said this, but bro, this came out 5 months ago, okay? All that was out at this point was First Person Shooter. This was the only track that was out when this video came out. So this guy completely predicted the future, which is crazy. But yeah, let's go.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar hate each other. Well, at least one of them hates the other person, while the other has tried many times to be friendly and squash things. One rapper seemed to believe that they were actually friends, while the other looked at their relationship as a business transaction.
And I think that adds up for today.
After 2 weeks of research, it's safe to say that one MC has lost every ounce of respect for the other. You guys really liked my last video where I broke down all the subliminal disses from Drake's new album, so I decided to stick with a similar style.
Sorry, real quick, just touching on what he said. It's interesting that he starts off the video saying that Drake was honestly the one that kind of thought they were friends and trying to keep stuff cordial, and Kendrick was the one that was like, nah, like I do not like you, bro, at all. I do not like you. And it's funny because in the beef you can kind of see that Drake is kind of looking at this as like, I mean, he's trying to find the digs and stuff like that, but I don't think he hated Kendrick for this. I think he just didn't want to. I think he didn't like him on some rap competition and stuff like that. But Kendrick on the songs is literally going, I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you dress, the way that you everything. Like, yo, like he actually does not like the dude. So it's interesting. Again, back then, this was already like known information that Kendrick just straight up does not like him. And Drake is just competition rap type stuff. You know what I mean?
And in my last video, I asked you guys to hit the like button, which is something I don't usually do, but
hey, I'll give you a like
the video
for this,
did really well, and I don't know if that's why, but just do me a favor and hit that like button again. Thanks. So when it comes to Kendrick and Drake, they weren't always on bad terms.
Updated version.
Back in 2011, Drake
run back. My fault. I was expecting to see some comments like, who's watching this in 2024?
But just do me a favor and hit that like button again. Thanks. So when it comes to Kendrick and Drake, they weren't always on bad terms. Back in 2011, Drake had already blown up, and Kendrick had yet to release a major debut album. Now, Kendrick was definitely buzzing, but he was far from the star that Drake was. Even back in...
Have you ever listened to Comeback Season?
Buzzing, but he was far from the star that Drake was. Even back in 2000...
Have you ever heard Comeback Season? I just missed it again. There's no way I just missed it. This album... Hold on. I want to find it.
Far from the star that Drake.
Have you ever heard this album at all? Have you all ever heard Comeback Season? I've never heard it. I've never heard this record. The cover just looks so goofy to me, bro.
Even back in 2009, Kendrick mentioned Drake on a track where he pretty much admits that he thinks he's better.
Man, my girl split the bucket to KFC. She listening to Drake, and all I can say, damn, these niggas that much better than me, baby.
Oh my god.
Has helped me just...
What? That's crazy. How did Drake not bring that up in the beef? Kendrick basically said that Drake was better than him back in, whatever, 2009. Drake could have used that in his beef, but he didn't, bro.
So Kendrick identified really early on that the mainstream hip-hop wasn't really his thing. However, on June 16, 2011, Kendrick performed in Toronto for the very first time, and when Drake found out he was in the city,
616,
he decided to hit him up so that they could meet.
I need y'all to know, this is my first time.
616!
And Kendrick would speak about meeting Drake in a XXL magazine and said, "That's a real good dude. He got a real genuine soul. We clicked immediately." And it was during that meeting that Kendrick provided Drake with a copy of his unreleased album, Section 80.
Visions of Martin Luther staring at me.
Kendrick said that Drake was the first person outside of his team to hear.
What? Drake was the first person to hear Section 80 outside of his team. I gave it to him that night. He was catching a flight somewhere, and I sent it to him through email, and he was just rocking out with it for a minute, really bigging me up on the project, telling me to keep doing what I'm doing, that it's amazing. Dang.
Hear Section 80, and that Drake was blown away by the project.
Wow.
I even found a 2011 tweet where Drake posted Kendrick's lyrics from ADHD.
We never do listen unless it comes with an 808.
Drake liked Kendrick's music so much that he asked him to be on his upcoming sophomore album, Take Care. Throughout the track,
I don't like that song at all.
Kendrick talks about meeting Drake for the first time and how he was surprised that Drake wasn't fake like most of the music business.
Hit me on the cellular, thought he was gonna sell me a false word like the rappers I know.
Again, how these are aging is crazy, yo. He said that he was like a real guy back then. Damn.
Kendrick outlines how Drake showed him a taste of what being rich and famous actually looked like.
Sat down with a few drinks located where you can't see us. A white waitress on standby when we need her.
On the track, Kendrick really battles with the idea of becoming famous as he's worried that it will change him for the worse.
Yeah, like, damn, this next level that I'm going to, will I get caught up in the lifestyle and would that make me or break me? And that was what the whole record was about when I did the interlude.
He kept to his word. I saw some tweet about how, like, I don't know if y'all saw, but they went back and like found a bunch of bad Metro Boomin tweets. And I heard there was some tweet talking about how they're trying to go back and find dirt on Kendrick, and they were like, they couldn't find anything. They could literally not find anything because Kendrick is one of the most boring dudes of all time, bro.
I mean, even back then, we could
Which
see
ain't a
the
bad thing,
difference
but
in
he's
these
just
two
boring.
artists
Just don't do
where
nothing.
Drake is talking about
Stays
the
out of trouble.
Maybachs and his lavish life, and Kendrick is worried about his mental health and his, his relationships, his friendships. Is interesting because just 2 or 3 years later, the dude did get depressed from just being in the industry.
I didn't know you were suffering from depression the way you said you was on the album.
Yeah.
Did the industry cause that?
Not the industry, just the change.
And Drake only continues to show Kendrick more love by taking him and A$AP Rocky on his Club Paradise tour.
And then 2024, they're both getting dissed on a Drake song, man.
This is my brother A$AP Rocky. This is my brother Kendrick Lamar.
I'm on this motherfucking Club Paradise tour, matter of fact. My nigga Drake, TDE, high power in this motherfucker, you know?
And Drake has always claimed to have fought with management to take these guys on tour because his label had other plans.
You know, there's people I can put on here that the label wants me to put on here, but I fight for this one reason, man. Like, I fight to promote what I love. You know what I'm saying? I fight to promote the music that I truly love, so.
Drake would mention this again in 2016 on his track 4 p.m. in Calabasas.
When they told me take an R&B nigga on the road, and I told them no and drew for Kendrick and Rocky.
However, Kendrick's superstardom quickly catches up with Drake, as a year later he dropped one of the best hip-hop albums of all time, Good Kid, Mad City.
My name is Ashley
Man, dang,
Cleo.
these sounds crazy. Good Kid, Mad City, man. This album that Drake's on too, man. The fact that they made Poetic Justice together, and they like, imagine if they were friends. You know what I mean? I know the beef is fun, right? Imagine if Drake and Kendrick just came together and you're like, you know what? Let's make some music. Obviously they can't now. Kendrick basically just rapped about how he's a PDF file downloader on a song and said he wants them to die in GTA. So, I don't think they're making any music anytime soon. But man, just come together and make some music, guys. What are we doing?
To be jealous of him to follow, he was the one to follow.
And Black Boy Fly is a bonus track, but to me, that's one of the most beautiful songs on that album.
It's a great song.
Absolutely amazing storytelling. And it was on that album where Drake returns the favor and gives Kendrick a feature on Poetic Justice.
I really hope you play this, cause oh girl, you test my patience.
And on the day that the album dropped, Drake even posted a tweet saying, "Congratulations to Kendrick, incredible body of work. Honored to be a part of it."
So wholesome,
However,
man.
even at
So
this
wholesome.
point, Kendrick and Drake couldn't be more different in terms of how they approach music and life in general.
Really, money really don't
terms
That's
of
a
how they
question, though.
approach
Hey, man.
music.
What are we taking at this point? At this point, okay? I know what the favorite is, right? But this is 2011. Wait, when he made Good Kid, Mad City? Wasn't Good Kid, Mad City 2012? I don't know. But at this point, it was Drake Take Care versus Kendrick Mad City. And then he had Thank Me Later, and then he had Section 80. Y'all might not like it. Take Care might be closer than you think, man. I don't know. Listen, here's the thing. Thank Me Later is a lot better than Section 80. I love Section 80. Has some of my favorite Kendrick songs ever, right? Thank Me Later is Drake's most underrated project. Thank Me Later is amazing. Thank Me Later maybe has 2 bad songs. It's honestly one of the most consistent Drake albums of all time. Like, it was before he had like a bunch of weird, I don't even know. I feel like Drake's albums just got less consistent as he got older. But dude, Thank Me Later is better than Section 80. But Take Care of Good Kid, Mad City. What are we saying? They're just 2 very different albums. But I might take, who might get him out? I'll take Good Kid, Mad City. I'll take Good Kid,
And
Mad
life
City.
in general.
Really, money really don't.
Hey, Take Care is closer than you think, though.
I'm learning that now. You know, that's not really my peace of mind, having money.
Such a peaceful guy.
I love Electra Chung's shoulders.
You love the shoulders?
I just love her shoulders.
She's actually blushing as well. She's
No doubt about it, they're just 2 different guys.
Yeah.
Next, we get a bit of an inside look on how Kendrick actually sees Drake as a person when the legend himself, DMX, claims
This clip
that
was
he would love to
crazy.
beat Drake up.
Man, I wish it was like maybe 7 years ago, well maybe like 10 years ago, where catch the elevator, beat him up.
And just a few days later, Kendrick was
Oh my
asked.
god, they didn't even play it. DMX in that clip literally goes off and he's like, yeah, I just wish I could punch Drake in the face. I would just punch him in the face. I hate his face. I hate the way he looks. He just goes off on Drake in this, bro. For no reason. It was 2012. I mean, I know everyone was like calling him like a singer and like a lesbian and back then and stuff like that. What else did they call Drake? They like made the Drake the type of guy to do this memes. But DMX just went crazy on him,
beat him up.
And just a few days later, Kendrick was asked about his thoughts on DMX's rant, and he thought it was hilarious, saying that his entire tour bus nearly died of laughter.
I wonder why these niggas in the front of the bus just cracking up, like hitting walls and shit, just crying. I'm like, what you niggas talking about? They mute, they stop laughing, right? I just hear X going off on a laptop, just spazzing. I'm like, what's going on? And it's like, yeah, he's going in right now.
Yo, there's no way DMX is the reason. In a weird way, because they were cool up until this point, right? There's no way that DMX talking bad about Drake and then Kendrick laughing at it is what started this whole thing off. There is no way. There is no way this is like the starting point. Because, I mean, there were different guys, but they're saying that this is like the part where it started. Like, this was the first like moment where Kendrick was kind of like laughing at Drake a little bit. That's crazy. Oh my god.
Now remember, Drake is pretty sensitive, so if he did see that, he probably felt away.
Yo.
So the 2 would work together for the very last time on one of 2013's biggest hits,
Oh, fucking
A$AP
Problems.
Rocky's
Oh my god, so good.
Girl, I know you
Want this dick? Girl, I'm Kendrick Lamar.
Well, that was it. After that, you never see these 2 on a track together again. In 2013, things started to get a lot more competitive between the 2, because at this point, Kendrick was not just an up-and-comer, he had become that guy.
Get a lot of accolades from your peers and the hip-hop icons.
Thank you.
I love Kendrick Lamar.
Is that Stephen? That's your Stephen A. Smith's voice?
Accolades from your peers and the hip-hop icons.
Is that Stephen A. Smith interviewing Kendrick?
I love Kendrick Lamar.
Number 1 on that list. Kendrick Lamar, what's up?
The hip hop savior, it seems like.
I am Kendrick
And
Lamar.
let's not forget, Drake is still Drake. He had a phenomenal year also.
Shout out to Hamilton. Shout out to Toronto one time. Like, the best rap album goes. And they said Take Care.
Oh my god. Let's go.
Given the success of both artists, the media and fans started to debate who was better.
Bless me.
And Kendrick started off the year with a bang when he was awarded MTV's hottest MC in hip-hop.
And we went through about...
Hold on, what year is this? 2013?
He was awarded MTV's hottest
They had Big Sean over Kanye West in 2013. They had 2 Chainz as the second best rapper in 2013. Rick Ross? Who made this trash-ass list, bro? Where's Drake? Wait, what?
MC
Oh my god, that's horrible. That was
And
horrible.
we went through about 15 of them, narrowed it down to 10. The 10 became 5, the 5 became 2. And you, Kendrick Lamar, are the hottest MC in the game, according to the MTV brain.
And most of Kendrick's hip-hop friends seem to be happy for him.
I heard you're not happy about that.
Nah, I wasn't until I found out who's #1. They made my man #1, K-Dot, Kendrick, so I'm straight with that.
However, Drake was one person that certainly did not send any sort of congratulations to Kendrick.
What about your rap peers? Did they call? I know it's kind of competitive, so did they say congratulations?
A rap peers? He Cole.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
And I mean, at this point, Drake's at least got to be thinking.
See, that's what I'm saying. Again, we'll get to all this later, bro.
Oh.
I feel like everyone clown. We'll get to that later. Everyone clowned J. Cole for going and like basically leaving the diss between Kendrick, bro. Like he made the diss and then dropped it. I know that was corny, and I know he should have. If he was gonna drop a diss, leave it up. Don't like backpedal after you already diss him and go crazy on him. You know what I mean? But I feel like if J. Cole just didn't intervene at all and just stayed in his little bubble and stayed out the way or whatever, J. Cole and Kendrick seem a lot more like similar, if that makes sense. Like I feel like it makes sense that Kendrick and Drake are beefing because they're in the same discussions being brought up, but they live two very different lives, very different morals, very different people. J. Cole and Kendrick are kind of on some like peaceful, but they really love that like they're rappers to the core. Like they're rappers and that's all they want to do is rap. You know what I mean? A few pop records every now and then, but they're like to the soul, they love the art and the craft of rap and hip hop, right? When Drake's over here making pop songs and stuff like that while also rapping and then also get, you know what I mean? So that's why I didn't get why these two would beef at all, to be honest. It would just basically be a dick measuring contest, bro. Like, oh, I'm the GOAT. No, I'm the GOAT. You know what I mean? And that's all it would be. That's all it would be. But Kendrick and Drake made sense. I'm happy for Cole and I'm happy he's not in it, but I wish he just wouldn't have looked like a wuss when he did it. So that's my thing. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
And I mean, at this point, Drake's at least got to be thinking, like, this guy's starting to become a problem. He's getting a little bit close now. And Kendrick's winning streak was just beginning, as 2 months later, he cleaned up at the 2013 BET Awards, winning the Best Male Hip Hop Artist over Drake.
I came up in that same county building. Food stamps, welfare, Section 8.
And this time, I did find a tweet from Drake where he congratulates Kendrick on the win. Congrats to Kendrick as well, nothing was the same. With all that said, things were about to change.
Oh, the control verse!
August 12th, 2013
Here
was
we
a
go.
special
Now it
moment
gets
in
spicy.
hip-hop.
Now it
This
gets
day,
spicy.
It still stands out as one of the most exciting things to happen in the last decade. On Big Sean's Control, Kendrick let everyone in hip-hop know just how competitive he was when it came to that #1 spot.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Are you kidding me, bro? Yo, this was the moment. I guess this was the moment. I know I said, I guess, I don't even know if that you want to count the whole DMX thing. If you had to point to a moment where everything started, it was this moment right here. Because you saw Drake congratulated him that year for winning the award or whatever. You know what I mean? So they were still okay with each other. You know what I mean? There was no animosity between each other. This is when it officially started, bro.
How competitive he was when it came to that #1 spot.
We usually homeboys with the same cause I'm rhyming with, but this is hip hop and the should know what time it is. And that goes for Jamaica, Big Crit Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, J Electron, Tyler McMillan.
Man, why Tyler have to catch a straight in this, man? Leave Tyler out of this. Tyler over there, why Tyler got brought into this, bro?
I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Trying to make sure your core fans never heard of you niggas. They don't want to hear not one more noun or verb from you niggas.
And we could really use a moment like that right now in hip-hop.
Hey, you got it, man.
Weather, good music, yay weather, champagne just tastes better.
And let's just give it up for Big Sean, because to me, he had one of his career best verses, but it just got overshadowed because of Kendrick's verse.
I said fuck trying and not doing, cause not doing is something a nigga not doing. I grew up in big and pop,
yeah.
Got ruined, so until I got the same crib, big hat in that juicy vid, bitch, I can't motherfucking stop moving.
Yo, Big Sean is underrated. I love his album. I love that album. And he's got a song with J. Cole that came out probably earlier than this, called 24 Carats of Gold. Big Sean is underrated.
But when it came to Kendrick's verse, nobody that he mentioned had a problem.
And Detroit too. What are we talking about?
With it.
K-Dot and them niggas, that's fam, yo. I think hip-hop need this shit, man, you know.
You know, I knew what it was for hip-hop culture. I knew how important it was.
He said my name, like he said a couple people's name, and he said he's the best rapper. I say I'm the best rapper every song I'm on.
Yeah, but he wasn't coming at him in a disrespectful way. He's coming at him in a competitive way.
So for me, it's one of those things where I appreciate. I didn't take it necessarily as a diss. Hip hop is competitive, but I am a competitor.
Wait, sorry. Nobody had a problem except for Drake.
I just like, I don't know, it just wasn't real to me. It's like, I saw him after that, and it was just like love. So it's like, was that real, or was that just like for the people? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think it's a sparring kind of sport.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like,
yo, he's pissed. Everyone else is like, I mean, I like that though. I'm not gonna lie. I get it, but at the same time, it's like he did just drop your name and say he's the best. He's trying to up that competitive. So he was dissing him. If you want to be honest about it, he was dissing him. So I kind of like that Drake took the more like competitive, like you're not about to. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? Why you say that on the song, and then when I saw you, it was fine. You know what I mean? So it's like I respect that he took this direction with it. You know what I mean?
Like,
people are gonna call him sensitive all they want. But at least he wasn't being, I don't
no, then let it be real then, you know. I mean, because those were harsh words, right? So it's like, don't.
Okay, why do you have to say it like... Sometimes Drake just says things that kind of makes him sound a little, oh no, he said those were harsh words.
You can't just say that and then see me and be like, yeah, man, what's up? Pretending like nothing ever happened. Like, that's not real.
And this right here is a perfectly good example of why people call Drake soft and emotional.
Come on, bro. He's getting, bro. He wants to smoke. And say what you want. He may have lost this beef that just happened, but from day one, he wanted it. He wasn't about to back down from Kendrick, even though at the time everyone was like, yo, Kendrick's that guy. You don't want to mess with Kendrick. He wasn't scared, and he's never been scared. So I respect that. I don't think that's him being sensitive at all. I think that's him being as competitive as Kendrick. You know what I mean? Because you know if Drake said that about Kendrick, Kendrick would feel some type of way as well. So
you can't act this way and then sit back and wonder why people are labeling you as such. Like,
I disagree.
This is
completely.
why.
In some situations, yes. In this one specifically, I disagree.
And it's interesting because when Drake came into the game, he seemed to understand that competition came with the genre.
It's a great thing, though, to be competitive with those guys because you're always pushing yourself. I mean...
And look, Drake was not a rapper that you could just push around. He did go toe-to-toe with people before. Back in the day, a Toronto rapper by the name of Aristo seriously tried to end Drake's career, and it didn't end well for this guy.
Yo, he already got in a beef? He's gotten in a beef before? I don't know. I thought it was just Meek Mill, Pusha, and now Kendrick. Well, hold on. I want to hear this.
Resolution, I'm finishing it in here. If I copy Budden's flow, you mimicking his career.
It was good riddance. It was lights out. It was a body. And that's what it was, man. And that's why good riddance. And what happened? Good riddance, right? Bye.
Damn. Yo,
I remember when this dropped because it was all over the hip-hop blogs in Canada. And yeah, we did have hip-hop blogs in Canada in 2009. They did exist. With all that said, Drake dropped Nothing Was the Same, and we get to hear the first subliminal shot for Kendrick. On the track titled The Language, Drake immediately starts out with a shot.
I don't know why they been lying, but your shit is not that inspiring.
So when Kendrick's Control verse dropped, Drake stated on multiple occasions that he did not find the verse impressive, that he thought it was for shock value, and that it would soon be forgotten.
But it was real cool for like, you know, a couple weeks. But like if I asked you, for example, like how does that verse start?
Yo, he got me there. I literally have no idea. I don't even think I've actually listened to the song. No, I've listened. Yeah.
One of Drake's more notable claims.
Dang! So that's like that's a straight up diss towards Kendrick. So it's been since 2013 they ain't like each other.
Was that Kendrick had a great first album, but he questioned whether or not he could do it again.
And as far as Kendrick goes, like I can't wait to see what he does because now it's time to show and prove. And consistency it's been one album. Consistency is like you need more than one album. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's time to show and prove. And
Drake
he was
that
talking
he was all about
spicy
putting out
back
memorable
then.
bodies of work as opposed to creating moments.
When it comes to competition, I'm more worried about consistency. I'm more worried about bodies of work.
However, Drake continues to send some more shots.
Any nigga that's talking that shit just to get a reaction.
Again, Drake refers to Kendrick as someone that wrote the Control verse to get attention.
Yo, what's up, K-Knight? Sorry, I just saw this. I have to pull this up on my phone now. Yeah, Drake started sneak dissing Kendrick since 2013, and J. Cole started sneak dissing Kendrick in 2017. Really? I did not know that. Wait, what disses was J. Cole sending in 2017? I've never heard that. J. Cole, I feel like J. Cole and Kendrick should just never gone at it with each other, bro.
I am the kid with the motor mouth. I am the one you should worry about.
A motor mouth is defined as a person who talks quickly and continuously, often without considering what they're saying.
Bro, do we really need the definition of motor mouth?
In this case, someone that raps fast.
There's sneak disses all over the off season. That's interesting. I have to watch a video about that. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Is clearly about
He's going
Kendrick.
crazy.
Talking that shit with your back to me, just know it always get back to me.
So outside of the DMX comment, there were some other interviews where Kendrick had laughed at Drake's expense.
I heard about you touring with Drake. I was like, that's dope, that's dope. And I was like, well, I hope he doesn't hang with Drake too hard because Drake isn't exactly doing what we thought he would, what many of nerdy backpackers like myself thought he might be doing a few years ago. Right.
Bro, yo! Drake was getting disrespected back in like the early 2010s, bro. Everyone just thought he was so soft. They didn't like the pop stuff. Drake is basically the aftermath of Kanye's 808s and Heartbreak, is how I feel like I look at that. Because I feel like he kind of took that same style and like brought it. And now it's cool when people sing and rap. You know what I mean? Everyone contributes the like that era, that like SoundCloud kind of Uzi, X Juice WRLD era with 808s and Heartbreaks, bro. Drake had a lot to do with that. Drake also had a lot to do with that. It was him, Kid Cudi, people like that made singing and rapping together kind of cool and talking about your emotions cool type thing. You know what I mean? Which it was corny at the time for all like the hip hop heads, and to a lot of them it still is. But Drake kind of paved the way for a whole style now. So you gotta give him respect there. Drake's never going to be accepted into rap. I think he was accepted into rap after, maybe not accepted by some of the hardcore rap fans, but I think after he made If You're Reading This Is Too Late, he got his respect. I mean, even some verses on Take Care, and nothing was the same for the most part, but I feel like If You're Reading This Is Too Late really gave him that, like, because that's a full rap mixtape. I mean, I know he's got, like, Jungle on there or stuff like that, but that's a rap mixtape. You know what I mean?
Right. And honestly, man, at this point, I would not be one bit surprised if Kendrick said something behind Drake's back and it got back to him. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all. At the 2013 BET Hip Hop Awards, Kendrick decided to throw some gas on the fire. He went into the awards with the most nominations at 14, and Drake was a very close second with 13. However, Kendrick would be the man to come out on top, winning Lyricist of the Year, MVP of the Year, Album of the Year, and Feature of the Year.
Yo, I'd be mad. He got Feature of the Year on A$AP Rocky's fucking Problems. Yo, I'd be mad too if I was Drake. Kendrick winning everything, and you're just like saying that. I'd be mad too.
Drake also came out with a handful of awards for Best Hip Hop Video, Track of the Year, and People's Champ. However, it would be Kendrick again that stole the show.
Yeah, and nothing been the same since they dropped Control and tucked the sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. Ha ha, joke's on you, high five. I'm bulletproof, your shots will never penetrate. Pin a tail on a donkey, boy, you been a fake.
Oh my god, I've never heard that. Yo, you can tell that's how Drake too,
so,
bro.
Pretty self-explanatory. Kendrick uses Drake's album titled Nothing Was the Same to call him out for being sensitive regarding his album titled
Yeah, and nothing been the same since they dropped Control and tucked a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. Yo! And that was 2013?
Nothing Was the Same.
Kendrick always come out #1 and J. Cole always got on 2. Yeah, it's either, I feel like it's always been Drake and J. Cole between each other, and then Kendrick always gets #1 pretty much.
To call him out for being sensitive regarding the Control verse. And this whole thing got a lot of people excited, and just the very next day, Sway asked Kendrick if the bars were meant for Drake.
Was people want to know, was that directed towards Drake or anybody in particular?
Huh? That was just us having fun as usual.
Yo!
But Drake did not seem to think so, and just a few weeks later, he came with some more subliminal shots on a future track titled Shit. And that's the name of the song, Shit. But I always liked this record.
I've never heard that. Yo, it is low-key hot as hell in here. I'm gonna turn down more. It's hot in here. Hold on, chat. Hold on now. Hold on now. It's hot in here, boy. Damn. Golly, man. Jeez Louise, it's getting hot in this room, bro. Woo! You just made a diss track towards Drake? Did you enter the competition? The BBO Drizzy Metro Boomin competition? It's awesome, man. Alright.
Took niggas out the hood like I'm from there. So you know it's all good when I come there.
Wait, what is it? Took fellas out the hood like I'm from there, so you know it's all good when I come there. I hear you talk about your city like you run that, and I brought my tour to your city. You're my son there. That might be kind of a stretch, though. I mean, that might be about Kendrick, but I don't know.
I hear you talk about your city like you run there. Then I brought my tour to your city. You my son there, nigga.
And to me, this is one of the best subliminal shots of the whole saga. Like, Drake sounds like Jay-Z here. It's a very Hove-like thing to say where he's just completely sonning Kendrick. So, it's been known that Kendrick puts on heavy for the West Coast, claiming that he's the king.
Yeah.
But Drake refers to him as his son because Kendrick went on his first big tour with Drake, and of course they had some shows in California. At the time, even Kendrick admitted that he was not used to these large crowds.
The transition of me doing the 2,000 venues I've been doing back then is a little sketchy for me doing this 10,000. I gotta really work magic.
I even found a Kendrick tweet from 2012 when he was on tour with Drake, where he says, "Finally home, LA, Club Paradise, let's see what happens tonight."
And if a nigga say my name, he the hot shit. But if I say that nigga name, he still the hot shit. Up, lucky I don't fit into the gossip.
So this one clearly a reference to Kendrick's Control verse. A lot of MCs responded to Kendrick with
Oh my god. Did they all actually make Kendrick disses? Oh my lord.
Verse of their own. And Drake is basically claiming that, given the fact that he's a bigger artist, if he says Kendrick's name, he's just doing him a favor. And this next one's not even a diss. I just want to show you guys my favorite line from the song.
And niggas ain't got a grill, still ice grill hating. I know you already know Mike Will made it. Just looking at the numbers, nigga, I feel amazing. I'll call Michael Jordan up and Mike Will make it. I'm the young rat.
You know, he just signed a deal with Jordan.
That's
Mike Will
hard.
made
Yeah.
the beat. Shit's fire. Come on.
hard.
However,
That's hard,
just a
man.
few days later, an issue of Vibe magazine was released, and
Yo, why he look like? Is that the game? Why does he look like the game like that?
Drake talks about Kendrick again, stating how he didn't like how the Control verse messed with the rollout of his album. Where it became an issue is that I was rolling out an album while that verse was still bubbling, so my album rollout became about this thing. Drake then continues to position himself as someone that is above anything that Kendrick has to say. He's hungry, so he's going to do what he has to do, like the BET cypher, but again, it's not enough for me to go. I have to realize I'm being baited, and I'm not going to fall. Jordan doesn't have to play pickup to prove that he can play ball. No offense.
Yo, this has been brewing up, bro.
Now, at this point in the story, we're about to witness one of the biggest upsets in Grammy history. At the 56th Annual Grammy Awards,
Oh, the Macklemore?
Kendrick lost the Hip Hop Album of the Year to Macklemore and Ryan
That is
Lewis.
and it was Kanye, Jay-Z, Drake, Kendrick, like every GOAT at the time lost to Macklemore.
And rightfully so, people were outraged.
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
All you gotta do is look at Pharrell's face, because it says it all.
Oh, he looked pissed.
He's just trying to get off the stage as quickly as possible, like, why did they get me to do this? And Macklemore, feeling the heat, decided to text Kendrick afterwards and say that he felt he should have won and that he got robbed. And it would have been a nice gesture if he didn't take a screenshot of the
I remember this. Yeah, it's a little weird.
text and post it on social
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, if you win it, bro, just take your dub and leave, bro. Come on.
media
Come
for
on,
everyone
man.
to see. And just a month later, Drake gave his 2 cents in a Rolling Stone interview. You won. Why are you posting your text message? Just chill, take your W, and if you feel like you didn't deserve it, go get better, make better music. It felt cheap, it didn't feel genuine. Why do that? Why feel guilt? You think those guys would pay homage to you if they won?
It's real, bro. That's real. I'm not gonna lie. It's weird. It's weird, bro.
To name just Kendrick? That shit made me feel funny. No, in that case, you robbed everybody. We all need text messages. Now you guys tell me, does Drake seem like he's defending Kendrick in this article? Or does it seem like he's salty because he's not in the mix? At this point, the feud dies down.
Rightfully so. He just made nothing was the same. Rightfully so, bro. He should want. You know what I mean?
For about 8 months, and Drake even had some very kind words for Kendrick at his OVO Fest when he brought out J. Cole.
And while you all got your phones out, I want to shout out my nigga Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to Kendrick. Kendrick was on my album. We went on tour together. That's one of the hardest niggas alive right there. He's legendary. So shout out to him. He should be standing right there.
However, it looks like Kendrick did not get the message, as just 2 months later, he responds to Drake's Motormouth line on a J-Rock track titled Pay For It.
I tell him all the hell, King Kendrick, resurrecting my vengeance, been dissecting your motor mouth till I break down the engine.
Clearly a response to Drake's subliminal on the language.
Some of these subliminals are reaches. I'm not gonna lie. Some of these subliminals are reaches. The thing that made Drake look soft is because he got genuinely mad about the Control verse. See, the thing about that though is I don't think he got mad. I mean, as a competitor in rap, he wanted to be competitive, but like, I feel like I kind of like that, like, competitiveness. Like, you should kind of take it a little... Like, he's competitive. He's as competitive as Kendrick. So he wasn't trying to be all, like... He wanted that competition with Kendrick. So when he said that about him, he just didn't take it right. I didn't think that was just Drake being sensitive or, like, salty at all. I think he should have been upset about that.
Language, you know what I mean? Again, Kendrick inserts himself as the king, and he doesn't seem to think that Drake can go to distance with him. And it will be just 2 weeks later where Kendrick gets asked about this alleged diss.
You know, a lot of rumors are with the Drake thing, like, you know, did you really bring the Drake thing back with the J-Rock single, or what's that about?
What? I ain't hear about
the Drake feud. Or,
look at him going. Damn, man, you're disgusting.
I think that's people digging in. That's people digging in way too far.
Once again, we're all reaching, and it's not about Drake. And just a few days later, Kendrick would get asked about his now year-old Control verse, and this time he said that all the people that mattered understood it, and for the people who didn't, they don't matter.
The people that respected, you know, was you know, people that knew the deal.
Yeah.
What's the important people that respected and knew what it was, and you know, people that don't respect it, obviously they just people that don't get it, and you know, really didn't matter.
And again, Kendrick claims that the chances of seeing him and Drake go head-to-head is slim to none because they're two different artists.
It's just a whole nother dynamic. I can't see myself going bar for bar with Drake. You know, we're two different type of artists. You did.
Yo, this is crazy, bro. He's basically saying, like he was saying in this interview, that he didn't see Drake as a rapper, is basically what he's saying. He's saying it nicely, but he's saying they're two different artists. He's saying he's more of a pop and he's more of a rapper. He's basically saying that he's too good for it, bro. That's crazy.
You eat Drake. I've argued that.
And I honestly feel like this is just Kendrick downplaying Drake as not being on his level. I don't think he respects Drake. I don't think he really ever respected Drake. And there's some underlying meaning behind this when he keeps saying it.
Would Drake be somebody you would like to have some fun with?
Nah, I couldn't. We come from two different worlds, two different backgrounds. I really don't see that playing out, you know, as entertaining. Maybe to, you know, the people.
Well, it happened.
listening, you know, but not for myself.
Keep in mind, Kendrick was classified as the savior of hip-hop. He was embraced by everyone just for the art, whereas someone like Drake really had to go to distance to prove himself, and even then, he could never win over the fans that admired a certain level of lyricism. Many consider Drake to be a pop star, and I feel like Kendrick is saying this without really saying it.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. He's basically doing the, like, you're not on my level. He's basically saying he's not on this level, bro. This is crazy. Oh no! Oh my lord, I just skipped it. Go back. Oh my god, where were we at? 21? I can see on here. I think we were at 21, right? Oh my lord, I just skipped this whole thing. Hold on. We were, where were we at?
Really didn't matter.
And again, Kendrick claims
right here,
right here. And I feel like
the thing that made Kendrick not respect Drake is because he didn't understand that and sneak dissed him instead of trying to get better than him. Yeah, they're just two different people. They're just such different people that when they like.
Kendrick is saying this without really saying it.
Just hold on, we're going home.
However, next Drake drops a surprise mixtape. If you're reading this, it's too late.
This is when stuff got interesting.
And on that project, he had some more shots for Kendrick.
They gon' say your name on them airwaves. They gon' hit you up right after like it's only rap.
Yeah, see, this is a stretch, bro. Like, some of these are just stretches, bro.
So, Drake had claimed previously that he saw Kendrick just 5 days after the Control verse, and it was all love.
I know that verse had no malice behind it because I saw him 5 days later at the VMAs, and it was all love.
And at this time, Drake was the talk of the town because this surprise project made a big splash. So just a few weeks later, Kendrick decided to shake things up and finally dropped his long-awaited album by surprise as well.
Yo, that's so not cool. That is so not cool. Kendrick has been a hater since 2015, bro. There's no way Drake comes out with If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and then Kendrick literally drops the greatest rap album of all time. I would be so mad if I was Drake. I would be so mad if I was Drake too. I don't know why Kendrick hates Drake more than Drake hates Kendrick, bro. Do you know how upset I would be? If You're Reading This Is Too Late is like Drake's best rapping performance ever. It's his best rapping, best bars. A lot of people, it's his best album. And Kendrick immediately comes after, and drops To Pimp a Butterfly, bro. That's messed up. That's it. That is hater activity. That is crazy.
And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut. Bahamas, I be
Naturally, fans and the media pitted the two albums against each other.
That's so messed up, bro. That is so. I'd be so mad if I was Drake. I'd be so mad if I was Drake, bro.
Kendrick,
I'd
bro,
be so mad.
how do you let Drake drop a mixtape that goes harder than your album?
Okay, who is Matt? No, bro, it's not even close, bro. It's To Pimp a Butterfly, bro.
Album, a freaking mixtape. Not gonna compare Drake and Kendrick anymore because they're not even playing the same sport right now.
Oh my god.
Kendrick is in his own league. And comparing these projects makes zero sense. It's apples to oranges. Drake's project was great for club DJs, gym.
That's not true. That is not true. There honestly is a lot more real rapping on this project compared to other albums. You can say that it definitely has its pop records and stuff like that, but come on.
Playlist, cruising in the car. Whereas Kendrick's album touched on real-world issues, was chanted during protest, and is looked at today as one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. However, Drake wasn't done as he let another one go on the Game's track 100.
I would have all of your fans if I didn't go poppin'. I stayed on some conscious shit.
Again, Kendrick had just released To Pimp a Butterfly, his most conscious album to date, and Drake is basically saying that he could do that style if he wanted, but he's on a different mission with his music. Also important to note, the video for this track was filmed in Compton, so Drake is saying all this while in Kendrick City.
I'm in the club every time that they play the competition. If they even play the competition, then I seen the response they get.
Now, the
Game
Game was asked about this, and he didn't seem to think it was a shot at Kendrick, but he also didn't count it out.
Drake was taking subliminals at Kendrick on that song, and Kendrick caught it and wanted to return something. I think that would be great for hip-hop.
However, one of the worst things to be exposed for as a rapper was about to happen to Drake.
Here we go.
On July 22nd, 2015, Meek Mill took to Twitter to expose
Stop comparing me to Jay. Oh,
Drake for having ghostwriters.
10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands, man.
I can remember having a conversation with my little brother on the phone, and we were both saying, like, there's no way. There's no way that Drake has ghostwriters because he's too good of a writer himself. It just doesn't make sense. But boy, were we wrong.
Okay, 10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands, man.
Did you hear the reference tracks? Line for line, word for word. This is bad. No, it's a terrible time to be a Drake fan. Shortly after Meek's tweets,
Drake has put his fans through hell, bro. From the ghostwriting to getting destroyed by Pusha T and hiding a child to everyone just basically making fun of Drake and calling him like a wuss and like just going at him. To now, like, bro, it has been, people want to give hate to people like Los Polos and academics and all these Drake Glazers, okay? That is one difficult fan base to be in for the past decade, bro. It's been difficult. I give all my respect to the Drake stans, bro. It is very difficult to stay loyal to that guy because he just keeps taking L's, bro. For as many W's as he takes, bro, there's some big L's when it comes to Drake's life, bro. Drake's career.
The reference tracks would leak to support the ghostwriter allegations, and now we get back to Kendrick, who just a few months earlier made reference to rappers with ghostwriters on his single King Kunta.
But a rapper with a ghostwriter, what the fuck happened? I swore I went down.
So basically, Kendrick found out about this ghostwriting shit months before we did, and months before it even got exposed. And Kendrick is basically saying, like, I know what you've been up to, buddy. I'm not gonna say anything, but I know. With all that said, as everyone knows, Drake responded to Meek Mill with a now legendary diss record back to back.
That saved him.
Back to back like I'm Jordan 96, 97.
Whoa.
And being a day one Drake
That low-key saved him at the time, bro. Fighting ghostwriting allegations and then just destroys him with back to back, bro.
fan, for me personally, I was never more proud of Drake in his whole entire career than when he dropped back to back.
And beating Meek Mill too, that is a underrated dub for what is it one? Even before Kendrick knew stuff, even Kendrick knew stuff before the people. That may have just been a diss towards the people. It might have been about Drake, but I don't know. That there's a lot of subliminals going at each other. I don't know. But yo, beating Meek Mill in a back to back in a rap diss, bro, that's impressive. Meek Mill is so good at rapping. Like, that is a talented rapper, bro. That's an underrated W for Drake, bro.
Record, back to back.
Like, Meek Mill should have been looking the favorite.
Tough tune.
But once again, Kendrick responds to Drake just 1 month later on Dr. Dre's Compton album.
This dude's
Feel like our enemies giving me energy, I wanna fight now. Subliminal sending me all of this hate. I thought I was holding the mic down.
See, that's a stretch.
In this one, Kendrick references Drake's recent track, Enemies.
Got enemies, got a lot of enemies.
Kendrick is once again talking about how Drake keeps going the subliminal route, which at the end of the day is really no different from what he's doing, but he didn't stop there, as he did it again on another song from the same album.
They liable to bury him, they nominated 6 to carry him. The beef is on his breath, inheriting the drama better than the great white. Cause this is life in my aquarium.
The words "they nominated 6 to carry him" could potentially be a Drake reference, given the fact that Toronto is referred to as the Six. And if this is the case, Kendrick is basically saying that everyone seems to think that Drake is his greatest opponent, but that he's a great white and that this is his aquarium, aka he's the king of hip-hop.
And you ever look back on any and feel like you'd like to change any of the things that you've written, or
It'll be me saying I want to go deeper. I should have went deeper.
I see.
You know.
You did it, man. You did it. You will get to it later, but you did it, man. You did it, buddy.
I shouldn't have held back.
You did it.
And at this point, Kendrick finally gets his well-deserved moment at the Grammys, winning 5 awards, but more importantly, he finally clinched the Best Rap Album category with To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh, glory to God, that's for sure.
Drake also racked up a bunch of accolades in 2015. If you're reading this, it's too late. Broke Spotify's record for 17.3 million streams in its first week. Hotline Bling had dominated the charts.
Bro, I had this conversation with Kickstons. I don't even think he's in here right now, bro. Hotline Bling. I know it's like kind of a joke now, bro, but if y'all haven't listened to this song in a while, dog, I forgot how good this song actually was, bro. It's actually
and
so
his
good.
collaborative album with Future also did crazy numbers. And I mean, even at this point, anything Drake touches is gonna do numbers. Next, we get some inside information that this situation between Drake and Kendrick could have got really ugly. Former NFL player turned commentator Marcellus Wiley wouldn't say any names, but said that years earlier he interviewed one of the two rappers and it completely went off on the other.
The Drake-Kendrick beef, when it was really starting to brew. Yeah. I was on Sports Nation at the time, and we taped an interview with one of the people, and that one person went in on the other person. And we were ready to let this go, but then that one person's team made sure that didn't get out.
Yo, who do y'all think it was? After seeing everything? I bet it's Kendrick. I'm not gonna lie.
Marcellus was
that might have actually looked at Drake though. I'm not gonna
quoted in a DJ Vlad interview as saying that the person went so
Kendrick wouldn't have done that. I'm not gonna lie. That was Drake.
Hard in this interview,
especially after the Meek Mill stuff. He probably had his ego up a little bit. He wanted that. That was Drake.
That it could have brought the beef to the heights of 50 Cent and Ja Rule. And you gotta.
He could also just be lying, but that sounds like some Drake shit.
Keep in mind, Marcellus is trying to sell a book, and he claimed that in this book, he would expose everything that was said and who said it. And I bought the book. I spent the $13.99. I didn't read it. I searched it. And here's what he had to say. We even got Drake on tape
Caught it. It was
talking major shit about Kendrick during an interview. Of course, after watching the interview, Drake...
I just knew Kendrick. Like, I know Kendrick's the hater now and stuff like that, but back then Kendrick was a lot more, like, reserved and stuff like that. Like he said, he wanted to hold back. That's why I kind of figured it was probably Drake.
His publicist wouldn't let us air that tape, but we still got it. Take my word for it. So that's it. That is the big expose. Like, I too was cheated, hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray by Marcellus Wiley. Now, we need to take any self-promotion tactics with a grain of salt, but the date surrounding this thing is very interesting. Kendrick drops the Control verse on August 12th, 2013. In a Hot 97 interview on September 24th, Drake was very bitter, and the very next day, September 25th, Drake appears on ESPN. And you guys could tell me what you think, but to me, I believe this story. I believe that Drake did this, 100%.
I personally enjoy making like great music and bodies of work over like being the talk of Twitter for like 5 days, you know.
However, in 2016, one man dominated the charts, and that was Drake, smashing record after record, pumping out hit after hit. Views sold 1 million in its first week and went on to become quadruple platinum that year. He had several #1 records,
intense ass music, damn.
such as Work with Rihanna, For Free with DJ Khaled, and One Dance with Wizkid. One Dance actually became Spotify's most streamed song ever, and Spotify also announced that Drake was the most streamed artist of 2016. Basically, in 2016, Drake just dominated. And speaking of For Free by DJ Khaled, Drake actually mentioned Kendrick on that song. Again, this appears to be more of a friendly nod to Kendrick, where Drake is referencing his
tries to squash it too.
song, which is also called For Free.
This dick
ain't free.
However, 2017
fucking love that song. I don't care what anyone says, I love that song.
was about to start, and Kendrick was about to take some of the most direct shots at Drake to date.
Tiptoeing around my name, nigga, you lame. And when I get at you, homie, don't you tell me you were just playing. Oh, I was just playing, K-Dot.
What's most...
And also, I know this age now, this was 5 months ago, he didn't get it, bro. On the Heart Part 4, he starts out, the chorus is, don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell the truth about you. That age crazy.
Interesting about this track in particular is the timing of when Kendrick put it out. Drake had just dropped his project More Life, which was mostly a happy-go-lucky summer vibe that contained no shots at Kendrick whatsoever, and just a few days later, Kendrick drops this surprise, aggressive 116-bar track that is full.
He's a hater. Drake, yo, Kendrick has been a hater from the jump, bro. Kendrick is a hater. Oh my god.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am the greatest rapper alive. So damn great, motherfucker, I've died.
It's no secret that Drake has claimed to be somewhere on this top 5 list, but more recently on More Life, he claimed that he was #1 on that list.
I know I said top 5, but I'm top 2, and I'm not 2, and I got 1. Thought you had 1, but it's not 1, nigga, no.
So let me get this straight. Kendrick hears this track, gets the pen out, jumps in the booth, and sends a clear message just a few days after Drake drops that he's the best rapper alive.
Ho Jay-Z, Hall of Fame, sit your punk ass down.
Drake's been known to draw comparisons between himself and Hove, so it only makes sense that this shot was directed at Drake.
I used to want to be on Rockefeller, then I turned into Jay.
Now I got
Lastly,
a house in
Kendrick
LA,
and
and I got a bigger pool than Ye. And hey man, Ye's pool is nice. Mine's just bigger is what I'm saying.
Off the track.
Man, I want to see this about. I want to see. I'm not gonna lie. This one's entertaining, bro. I wish I could have seen. I mean, I know it almost happened in 2018 with between Drake and Kanye. I think Drake and Kanye would have been a little bit more entertaining. Yo, get Kanye in a rap beef like this, bro. That dude would say the most out of pocket shit, bro. If you think the stuff Kendrick was saying was bad, especially you get off the meds, NAZI Kanye. Dude would say some crazy shit.
Back to surprise fans and warn Drake that he's got a new album coming in a few weeks.
You know what time it is, Annie up, this is him forever. Y'all got till April the 7th to get your shit together.
Kendrick was really strategic in releasing this track, as it took most of the attention off Drake's project. And to add insult to injury, his fans flocked to Drake's Instagram account and spammed the number 4 in Roman numerals. And Kendrick, true to his
Haters,
word,
bro.
he drops the album,
God.
and he has some more shots for Drake.
Niggas wanna flex on me and be in LA for free, huh? Next time they hit the 10 freeway, we need receipt, huh?
Kendrick references Drake's track for free, and although
He
Drake
keeps playing the songs for like just a second. It gets me like, I just want to.
is from Toronto, he's lived in Calabasas since 2012. With that said, Kendrick is more than likely talking about how Drake was in Compton while shooting the video for 100. Kendrick is from Compton, probably didn't like it.
Most of y'all throw rocks and try to hide your hand. Just say his name and I promise that you'll see Candyman.
At this point, Kendrick is begging Drake to just call him out. He makes a reference to a popular 90s movie, Candyman, where the premise of that movie is if you say Candyman's name 5 times, he'll come kill you. Kendrick is basically saying, if you say my name, your career is dead. And I think Kendrick has something on Drake. Something scathing.
Also, Kendrick, sorry, I just saw this. Also, Kendrick made the beat part 4-7. Wait, what? Before J. Cole apologized, and he has a line about apologizing, and also said, y'all got till April the 7th to get y'all shit together. J. Cole also apologized on April the 7th. Oh, shit. Damn, bro. J. Cole chilling right now, man. J. Cole's very happy to be out of this situation.
Something that Drake doesn't want to see exposed. We've already seen Drake a couple times now try to dead this thing. There's more coming. But yeah, Kendrick keeps going. And Kendrick seemingly mocks Drake's style of music on his song God.
You feel some type of way then,
That is such a reach. That is such a reach.
There's nobody gonna tell me that he's not mocking Drake here.
Bro, he's not mocking Drake. Yo, some of these are stretches, bro. Like, we're basically saying that every move they made in their careers in the 2010s was because of each other. That's a little weird to me, bro. You think Kendrick put a song on his album just to mimic Drake? That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
Because Kendrick doesn't usually sound like this. This is Drake.
J. Cole was on the beach drinking a cocktail after he dodged the train. Yeah, that dude is outside enjoying the birds, the trees, the nice weather. That dude is enjoying life right now.
Next, we hear Kendrick on Future's smash hit Mask Off, and this one is a very direct response to one of Drake's shots.
Platinum. Gotta look at self and ask what happened. How y'all let a conscious nigga go commercial while only making conscious albums?
Very clearly a response to Drake's claims on 100 when he claimed that he could take all of Kendrick's fans if he were to pursue the conscious hip-hop lane.
And I stayed on some conscious shit.
But Kendrick had proven time and time again that he could have commercial success and be conscious at the same time. At this point, he had 3 cohesive projects under his belt, all of which were extremely successful.
I'm African-American, I'm black as the moon, heritage of a small village, part of my residence.
Kendrick had also proved that he could easily navigate the pop music lane, having massively successful features with artists like Taylor Swift.
We was OG like DOC, remember that.
And again, when you listen to that track, he's not compromising his sound. Like, he's still rapping. It's all bars. Now, I'm sure none of you forgot about Drake.
Man, why you gotta give him the, like, I don't know, bro. Like, again, I know Drake lost the beef, whatever, but it seems like he's being a little unfair to Drake in some of these situations, bro.
Ghostwriter claims, and Kendrick didn't forget either. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Kendrick gave his 2 cents on the situation. It depends what arena you're putting yourself in. I called myself the best rapper. I cannot call myself the best rapper if I have a ghostwriter. If you're saying you're a different type of artist and you don't really care about the art form of being the best rapper, then so be it. Make great music, but the title, it won't be there.
I mean, you can't, I hate to say it, bro. Kanye kind of admitted to having writers for a lot of this stuff as well, so I guess you can't put Kanye in that either. I'm just saying, if that's the route we're going, that's cool. But Kanye came out. Kanye didn't write Violent Crimes. He admitted all that. Kanye had a bunch of writers for a lot of songs that y'all all love, bro. If Drake can't be the best rapper because he had ghostwriters, you have to keep that same argument for Kanye. Which if you do, it's fine. I'm just saying you have to keep that for Kanye. Simple.
And no matter how you slice it, the dude is not wrong. To be the best rapper, you need to write your bars. I would be lying if I said that when I found out that Drake had ghostwriters that I didn't look at his music differently.
You have to, again, keep the same energy for the other people that have writers.
I still listen to his music, but even now, when he says something dope, I got this little voice in the back of my head that says,
Yo!
Yeah, it's dope, but did he write it? However, Drake attempts to keep it friendly again by tipping his hat to Kendrick when Damn outsold More Life by
Yeah.
over 100,000 copies. Amazing to see our music moving. A fan had also commented, "Get Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole on the same record," and Drake liked the comment. Now I hope at this point you guys can see the theme of Drake trying to squash it. And Kendrick seemingly responds to Drake's praise on his track All the Stars with SZA.
Fuck you and all your expectations. I don't even want your congratulations.
Bro, these are stretches, dog. That's such a basic line. That is such a stretch.
Kendrick is not trying to hear it. Just save the bullshit.
Oh, you important, you the moral to the story. You endorsing mother. I don't even like you.
I don't even like you, bro. Like, which is true.
Maybe.
However, on the exact same day, Drake drops a track with some of his most obvious shots to date, Diplomatic Immunity.
They try to compare us, but like a job straight out of high school, there's no you and I taught you everything you know. Now you
okay, that seems like it.
Got student pride.
Drake does not like the Kendrick comparisons, and he brings it back to when he helped Kendrick with his career early on. What makes this clearly about Kendrick is the No You and I line, which were both tracks from Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly.
And I love myself. The world is a ghetto.
The two would then
Oh my
go
god, why
head
you
to-
play a set, bro? Don't do
And
that.
I love myself. The world is a ghetto.
The two would then go head-to-head at the 2018 Billboard Awards. Many question who would be crowned as Rapper of the Year, and once again, Kendrick came out drastically
I'd be so mad if I was Drake too, bro.
ahead.
I'm so
Not your future, not your comfort, not your rep, not your glory, not your heaven, not your angel.
And yet again, Drake attempts to be friendly by sharing some old Twitter DMs between himself and Kendrick. Yo, my man, what's the word? Finishing my project, Section 80. When you back in Cali? I know that shit'll be incredible. We gotta do something for real. I'll be back for BET Awards this month. And this could be one of two things, really. Like, Drake could be saying, look, man, we used to be cool. Like, remember? Can we get back to that? Or he could be just throwing this back in Kendrick's face again that he's the one that gave him a start and, like, I put you on, remember? Regardless of the reasoning, Drake still had another subliminal for Kendrick on Sandra's Rose.
Bury me and I'll be born again. I walk in godly form amongst the mortal men.
Like, maybe, but again, kind of a stretch.
Again, Drake makes reference to another track from To Pimp a Butterfly with the words Mortal Men. In this one, Drake continues to insert himself as being a caliber above Kendrick.
But I don't know. I'm no mortal man.
And Drake ends off the year with even more compliments for Kendrick in a Rap Radar interview.
I have a lot of respect for, the other two guys that I'm constantly, up against, which is like Cole and Kendrick.
Three-headed monster.
Yeah. So I have a lot of respect for those guys because they also continue to, stay true to what we started with, and finding new ways to do it.
However, things go quiet in 2020. Keep in mind, Kendrick wasn't releasing any music, and fans started to question if the feud was over.
I don't think that the Drake-Kendrick tension is dead. I think that last decade they fought as long as they could fought, and the decade ended without us having a decisive winner. And I don't think either of them have gotten off of that.
And people call Joe crazy all the time, but Joe Budden is right about a lot of shit. He is. And while Kendrick has gone ghost, nowhere to be found, Drake completely dominated the music business. I'm talking about Oprah's Bank Account, Tootsie Slide, Nonstop, In My Feelings,
Bro, his consistency is crazy.
God's Plan, Nice for What, Pop Star, Life is Good, Chicago Freestyle, Laugh Now, Cry Later.
Oh my god, Laugh Now, Cry Later is so good.
This is just undeniable. Like, there's no other artist on earth who is doing this except for Drake. However, in 2021, the boogeyman himself, Kendrick Lamar, rises from the dead and has some shots for Drake on Family Ties with Baby Keem.
Smoking on your top 5 tonight.
Again, he's firing back at Drake's now over.
Like, we're stretching, bro. Top 5, bro. You can be this in 4 other people.
Overstated top 5 claims.
Top 5, no debating. Top 5.
And Kendrick would continue on to address Drake's claims about being the GOAT.
I am the Omega. PG Lane, Rolly Gang, SIE. Don't you address me unless it's with 4 letters.
At the end of the track, Baby Keem seemingly reveals that Drake has been DMing his girl.
Number 2, DMing my. That's cool, that's why.
Bro, what? Come on, bro.
However, just a month later,
You're stretching, bro. Reaching for stuff.
Drake would reply to Kendrick again on his song No Friends in the Industry.
Debating who to go. Then I make the shit about the numbers, all I know.
Like, I feel like he's just taking every competitive bar they've ever made and using it as like a bar against each other. You know
Drake
what I mean?
knows at this point, when it comes to selling records, when it comes to breaking records, nobody is standing next to him in hip-hop. He simply dominates on a commercial scale. With all that said, Drake was now celebrating 10 years of Take Care, and he decided to share an old photo of him and Kendrick. And I get it, like, you know, he helped with the project, nice gesture, but why keep doing this? Why keep being friendly to someone who doesn't respect you? However, at this point, 4 years have passed since Kendrick had dropped an album, and while he was on a Milk Box Missing, Drake was still very much active, releasing Certified Lover Boy. That album went on to break Spotify's record for the most streams in a single day, and in that same year, he also had some notable bangers like Wants and Needs with Lil Baby.
Come with a classic, they come around years later and say it's a sleeper.
But finally, after 5 fucking years, we...
Not really. The only number 2 at the time was Drake. They could be, I don't know. Some of them maybe could, but it's just the subliminals are just hard to read.
get the Kendrick album.
Rain on me, put the blame on me, got guilt, got hurt, got shame on me.
And sadly, a lot of people did not like this album.
Bro, thank you for saying that. Oh my god, when Mr. Morale came out, bro, so many people hated on it. And I'm only bringing this up because during this beef, I've uploaded a lot of content talking about this beef, right? I have been called a glazer and a hater for both Kendrick and Drake. I've been called a Kendrick glazer, a Kendrick hater, a Drake hater, a Drake glazer. All of it, bro. I've stayed consistent, bro. And I remember when Mr. Morale came out, everyone said it was trash, it was mid, it was boring, whatever they said. They said everything, bro. Bro, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is a masterpiece. Thank you. Yes, exactly. When it came out, I loved it when it came out, and everybody around me was like, it's mid, it's over, it's alright, I guess, it's kind of mid, it's not my thing, whatever. A year goes by, a few months goes by, and everyone's like, oh my god, it's so good. And now it's looked at as boring again and bad again, bro. And I've stayed consistent to saying I love Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, bro. And again, it has its studs, and against other Kendrick albums, I'm probably not taking it as one of the best, right? But it's still amazing. You know what I mean? So I stay consistent with everything that I've been saying, okay?
I'm not one of them. I absolutely loved it. I'm also a big therapy guy because I'm bipolar. I don't really have any choice but not be a therapy guy, but this project definitely connected with me, at least. And it was on this album where Kendrick admitted on a song that he didn't understand why Drake and Kanye squashed their beef.
Oh, yeah.
When Kanye got back with Drake, I was slightly confused. Guess I'm not mature as I think.
I'm about to say, bro, this dude, oh my god, the way these all aged is crazy.
Got some healing to do.
And in my opinion, this is just Kendrick's way of telling Drake that he has zero intentions of ever patching things up with him. And there's people that we meet all the time that we just don't like. Like, sometimes it's for no reason at all. And Kendrick's got a reason. Next, Drake gets extra petty by releasing a dance album, Honestly Nevermind, on Kendrick's birthday.
I forgot about that! Oh my god, that was on Kendrick's birthday. Oh, I remember that. I'm not gonna lie, I know it was kind of a weird look though, because he just came out Mr. Morale and you dropped Honestly Nevermind. Like, Kendrick, I know it wasn't his best album, but Drake basically dropped his worst album right after, bro. I wish Drake would have dropped, I mean, he dropped Her Loss after that, but I don't know.
If I come around you, can I be mine?
I hate that. I've seen some people, Kickson's included, bro. I've seen some people, is he in here? No, he's not. I've heard so many people come back to this record and be like, oh my god, it's actually not that bad, guys. Honestly, never mind, it's not as bad. It's overhated, blah, blah, blah. This album was horrible. It was horrible. It was so bad. This album was horrible, bro. Do not ever go back. Like, bro, stop giving this album any sort of respect. It was terrible. It was horrible. It's been horrible. Jimmy Cooks is the only good song, and I guess Sticky is okay. But besides that, it's horrible.
Drake knows damn well that Kendrick is the last person that would ever release a project like this one. And what better way of saying, look at how versatile I am, than by dropping a project like this on his birthday.
Hey, man. According to the beef, though, I know this was 5 months ago. I didn't hear it, bro. Kendrick's whole thing was he doesn't like Drake when he acts tough. He was saying, keep making me dance, waving my hand, and it won't be no threat. I think he was probably jamming up to this on his birthday, bro. He said he said, I like Drake with the melodies, I don't like Drake when he acts tough. He probably liked this record, I'm not gonna lie.
Now, I don't think this little stunt bothered Kendrick at all, but it was still pretty strategic from Drake. But Drake was not done yet. On a track with Lil Uzi, he took some really obvious shots at Kendrick.
What song is this? Forgot I Was Famous? Is this a leak song? Uzi and Drake have a song?
That's a little sneak peek, yeah. Now you gotta take a back seat.
So, just a few months earlier, Kendrick had very similar wording on his N95 track.
Take off the fake deep, take off the...
Well, wait a second.
Now you got ain't no fame for me.
Forgot I Was Famous 2021. This is a leak song from 2021. He's saying something happened in 2022. So, again, stretch.
That's a little sneak peek, yeah. Now you gotta take a back seat.
So, just a few months earlier, Kendrick had very similar wording on his N95 track.
Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care.
Drake is insinuating that Kendrick is more or less running a grift when it comes to what he's saying in his music. He's basically claiming that Kendrick doesn't really stand by or believe what he's preaching, and he also reminds Kendrick that he's the one who put him on. What made this reference even more obvious is the line, "Now you gotta take a back seat,"
that made
which is clearly a reference to Kendrick's backseat freestyle.
My mind is living on cloud nine and this nine is never on vacation.
And just like me,
Start on that Maserati and vroom vroom, I'm right.
It looks like Drake really
It's so hard not to finish the line, bro.
enjoyed Kendrick's new project as he showed up in the audience at Kendrick's show in Toronto. Again, Drake knows what he's doing. He knows the blogs are going to pick this up. The question is, was he there to show love, or was he there to...
Oh, that's interesting. Drake went to Kendrick's Mr. Morale show. That's interesting.
play chess? I mean, at this point, based on the history of Drake's friendliness, I'm just going to chalk it up to him just trying to be cool with him again. And for Kendrick, what better way of taking 5 years away than by dropping an album and cleaning house again at the BET Awards? Going into the awards, Drake was way ahead of everybody with 14 nominations, but it didn't matter because Kendrick mopped the floor with them, winning Best Hip Hop Video, Best Live Performer, Lyricist of the Year, Video Director of the Year, Album
Drake, I get your hate, bro. I get why you...
of the Year, and Artist of the Year.
This dude always just win everything over Drake, bro. If I was Drake, I'd be mad too. Drake, I understand your frustration, bro. I'd be mad too.
However, Drake wasn't very impressed with Kendrick's 5-year delay.
This dude winning everything,
he let
bro.
everyone know about it while on tour.
I don't know about these guys that go away 3, 4, 5 years, want to chill out, all that shit. That's not me.
And I want to ask you guys this. How many times has Kendrick said something nice about Drake in the last decade? 0. Fucking 0. It's all been Drake. We've got 7 or 8 examples here in this video of Drake complimenting Kendrick, saying that he wants to do music with him, reminiscing on old times, just being friendly with him. And Kendrick has said fucking nothing.
Kendrick don't give
I gotta tell you
bro.
something.
The guy did a good job.
He did.
Did a good job with that.
It came across my feed.
Edit. Good to see it edited correctly.
Here, what's the dirt?
Bitch, I'm about to blow up.
Hey, man, that was crazy looking back on now, okay? So listen, man. Now we have the full context, okay? This thing has been brewing in a pot. I guess we could say the thing officially started in 2013. Okay, is what he said. The thing officially started in 2013, right? And we just went through every single bit of back and forth they've had up until 2022, right? Or I guess he didn't include first person shooter. He didn't include that part at all. He didn't talk about that at all. That basically ended with the BET show, right? And him going to Mr. Morale, right? So now we've covered literally since the beginning of their careers all the way until Kendrick releasing Mr. Morale, right? Drake comes out with Honestly Nevermind on Kendrick's birthday. Then that November, he dropped Her Loss. Then in 2023, a month before that video came out, October 2023, he came out with For All the Dogs. And a song on there with the title, First Person Shooter.
My life is a movie, would you be the last? My life is a movie, would you be the cast? Remember there was times where I didn't have to question it, but lately it been feeling like we hardly get affectionate. My life is a movie, would you be the last? My life is a movie. Would you be the cast? Remember there was times why I didn't have to question it, but lately it been feeling like we hardly get affectionate.